How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Mullen Automotive, which was down just over 7% on the day. It also broke through $1.33. That's where we thought support would hold up, and it got to a low instead at $1.25. So going into tomorrow, what do we expect? What do we want to look forward to? We'll talk about it in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis from Mullen. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $1.29, being down 7.19%. On the low, it tested $1.25, and then on the high, testing $1.43. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 49.66 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 74.699 million shares. So that is a big difference right there, below average volume on the day, and we also seen a slight pullback in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is at 33.69. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day, the 100-day, the 21-day EMA, and as well as the 50-day. So it's clear to see that Mullen is a bear market, trading below all of our major moving averages. So we ended up breaking through support at $1.33, and we saw a low of $1.25. If you guys remember what I said in my previous video, if we continue to see a pullback, I want to see if we could hold up support right at around $1.15. So again, $1.25 breaks, look for $1.15. And if $1.15 breaks, that's where we can get the possible test going to $1. But again, this is where we want to see bulls starting to step in and buy up the play. If not, that's where we end up having the break. Now, if you're looking for a move to the upside, you want to see a reversal, we ended up seeing a high of $1.43. And if you remember what I said yesterday, it is crucial for Mullen to get back to at least $1.81, which is right where we had the 50-day moving average. So if we can reclaim this level and then make a move above the 21-day EMA, which is at 197, I want to see Mullen get back to $2. But we can't forget, this is a psychological area. There could be a lot of selling pressure here, as you can see when it makes that pop. Again, it's going to take a lot of buying, a lot more volume coming into this play. So as this week continues, from what it's looking like, I don't see Mullen being able to go back to $2. But if we have a turnaround inside of these markets and we have some buying pressure coming in, if Mullen can get to around $1.80, that's not a bad look either, especially if you're a bull in this play. Now let's move on to the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information from Mullen. So the off exchange short volume ratio is at 29.35%, and then for the off exchange short volume, it is just over 10.47 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 8.7 million, updated 9 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 16.99%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 22nd, it is at 36.10. And then when we take a look at the close for the 25th, it is at 29.35. So that is a significant decrease right there, but also be aware with the short interest percentage of the float being at 14.95%, Mullen does have short squeeze potential. Now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Mullen. So we can see on the inflow, it is at 12.35 million, and then on the outflow, it's at 14.18 million. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 0.29, on the medium, it was 8.40, and then on the small, it was 3.66. Taking taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large it was 2.14. On the medium, it was 8.85. And then on the small, it was 3.19. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today, April the 26th, we ended up having an outflow of 1.85 million. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, you could see that we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the large, it represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 17.58%. So this is not too bad for a volatile stock like Mullen. We also have to understand that there's a lot of selling pressure going down inside of the markets as well. But what we want to see are bulls wanting to step in at the support levels that we talk about, because if they don't, we already know what could happen with this stock. You know what? We'll talk about it further in the final thoughts. So let's get into it right now. So for my final thoughts for Mullen, when it comes to the price action, we wanted to see it hold up support at $1.33. So since it decided to test $1.25, you guys know the next level that we have to look forward to. I talked about it in my previous video, and if you don't remember, it's at $1.15. And if this level breaks, then we want to see as far as for the next support holding up at around $1.03. And then of course we have the $1 level. And then I'll make sure to make another video for you guys if we end up actually looking like we're going to break through that level as well. Now, if you are a bull and you want to see some strength to the upside, Mullen needs to get to around $1.81 or $1.82. And then we want to see if bulls continue to buy the play up to see if we can get a potential move going to $2. I myself personally, I am not seeing Mullen getting above $2 for this week. Now, we did have a recent catalyst that came from Lucid. So will this help the overall EV sector? We're going to really have to sit down and see what it looks like going into tomorrow, but I'll be making sure to keep an eye on that. If you're not a part of the Discord, make sure you join us because we are talking about these plays on almost a daily basis. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the recent short interest information, it does have short squeeze potential. Shorts are all over this play. And what we saw from the order flow distribution, retail is buying the dip. They are loading up on shares. So the moment we have a turnaround inside of the market or we get a strong catalyst coming from Mullen, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to have a move to the upside. But again, we need that volume. We need that buying pressure. This is very key for a play like this. If we don't have a lot of volume coming in and the selling pressure continues, again, it's just going to continue to go down in price. So I want to make sure you understand that. Do your homework, do your due diligence, and find a strategy that is right for you, especially adding these levels that we talk about to your homework. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see how the stock performs going into tomorrow. We'll talk soon.